Hello. Here are some more of my favorite yoga poses to do while pregnant. I'll always start with my diaphragmatic breathing. I have a video below that goes into depth about how to do this. You're going to hinge at your hips and reach forward for a nice forward fold. And if your belly won't allow you to bend this far, you can just adjust. Relax your neck as you look down to the ground. You can move your arms towards the right to get a nice side stretch. And if that's too much, one hand can rest on the belly, or both can be on the floor. Do whatever feels good in your body. Then you can walk your hands to the center and over to the other side. Remembering to breathe. You can hold baby, or both hands can be on the floor once again. Walk your hands back to the middle and push yourself back up to seated position. Do some shoulder rolls forward and backwards. And let's head to tabletop position on all fours. Do a few hip circles. Make sure you do it in both directions. Do a couple towards your right and then a couple towards your left. Really feeling what your body needs. You can make them big. You can make them small. This is good to loosen up those hips, which we need loose hips for birth. Reach your arms out for puppy pose. It's a nice back stretch. And if this is too much, you can grab a bolster or a pillow or even a folded blanket, and you can put it up under your forearms and raise your forearms and your forehead on. And it's just a comfortable restorative position as well as you're getting that stretch in your hips and your back. You can come back up to tabletop. Curl your toes under, lift your hips up to downward facing dog. Pedal out those legs. All 10 fingers spread into the mat. Step that right foot forward, lower the back leg for a low lunge. You can lift your hands up to the sky, or you can grab belly, whichever is more comfortable. You can lean into that hip. You can keep it here, or you can start to do some little rocks back and forth to loosen up your hips and your glutes. Bring that leg back to tabletop, back to downward facing dog, pedal it out, and switch legs. Bring that left foot forward, lower the right leg, rise one up for low lunge. Again, or the hands can come to belly, whatever's more comfortable. And you can start your rocks. I like to do rocks, but if you want to stay in still, that's fine too. Press back down to tabletop and come back on up to downward facing dog. This is Dolphin. If you don't feel comfortable in Dolphin, you can stay on downward facing dog. This is nice for some shoulder strengthening. You can bend your knees like I did, or you can just keep your legs straight. Again, or you can stay in downward facing dog. I needed a little break, so I came down on all fours. Press back up to downward facing dog, pedal out your knees, slowly walk your knees to your hands. Rag doll, grab opposite elbow, sway left to right. The wider your legs are, the more room for belly. You can slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Feet shoulder width apart, or wider if it feels good. Let's take some neck rolls to the right and in the other direction. We're setting up for pyramid. Step your right foot forward and turn towards the back of your mat like a 360 degrees and hinge at your waist. Hands can stay at your waist, hands can come to the ground, or they can come to a block. Remember to breathe. Come on up and turn back to the front of your mat. Inhale, straighten your back, and exhale, hand at your hips. Hands can come to the ground again, or they can stay at your waist or to your belly. Breathe. Come on up and turn to the wide side of your mat. Let's get into a wide-legged stance. And forward fold. Hands come to the ground, or hands can come to a block. It can be on the low side of the block or the high side of the block. Inhale, lift that right hand up, turn towards your right. Hand can stay in the air or come on your back, whatever feels comfortable. You can bring it back down and inhale the left hand up, twisting towards the left. And this is a quick flow, so you can hold these longer or you can repeat them. Come back down with both hands to the mat or to your block. Shake those hips out and get ready for a side lunge. Now you don't have to go down as low as I'm going. Just go to whatever feels comfortable for your body. Again, you can use use the block. You can open up that hand or you can leave it where it's at. Come back through the middle and go to the other side. Lift that arm up if you want a nice little gentle twist, or you can keep both on the ground. Push yourself back up into Goddess, a really good hip opener. You can stay static. You can move side to side like I'm doing. You can drop your shoulders left or right. You can even lift up your heels. Lots of different variations for Goddess. Hands come to mat, heel toe those feet together and come down to Malasana Yogi Squat. Another great position for prenatal. Some people birth in this position and labor in this position. Make your way to your bottom onto butterfly. The palms of your feet touch. You can keep it right here, or you can inhale and then hinge over in front. Remembering to breathe. I always add some neck rolls and shoulder rolls whenever I can. And that's it, we're done. You can take Shavasana on your back if this still feels good, or side lying, get a bolster, blanket, or a pillow between your knees, and you can also put something under your head and can relax. This is one of the flows I do when I don't have enough time. Not enough, but I don't have a lot of time. But I still want to move, and I still want to get some stretches in. If you want to make this longer, just add more breaths to any of those poses, and you can repeat them. I hope that you find it as beneficial as I find it. And after your Savasana, you can come back up into your easy, comfortable position and do your diaphragmatic breathing again. Inhaling, expanding that rib cage, and exhaling, pulling the belly button in towards your back. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope that this quick flow makes it into your daily practice. In the comments, tell me how many weeks you are and drop any questions if you have them. Thanks.